you know, you have to understand where people come from. You respect that we live in a democracy and they can say what they want. But I'll just tell you this. We live in such a small island. If you notice, for me, I really try not to get into it. I mean, we could be in conflict, but my perspective is we live in this island. This part of my life in politics says, it's not forever. There's a period of time. I'm going to be living here with everybody else. And so when we look back, right, at competitors or opponents, you have to really try and know that there might be a future where you can work together. Like, for example, Mike San Nicolas was a good friend of mine, and then we became competitors. But I know he still has more to offer Guam. Why would you not set your differences aside so you can move forward? Same thing with, Governor Calvo or people in the other side. You just have to realize. The other thing, too, you realize is sometimes people have come along with you and maybe they're going to part ways because they don't agree with what you're doing, or maybe maybe you don't want to push their interests. You just have to be very flexible. But really try not to hold a grudge. It's hard. It's hard. And, you and I have both been in situations. I mean, I got into 2018. My sister was a target by a competitor, and just like you, the Justice Department was abused to go after you guys for politics, which doesn't have a place here. So for me, the kind of leadership that I bring is really face forward, trying to make sure that, we're here to try and get something done. And you might not have to like each other, but at least try and figure out ways you can work together. That's kind of where I come from.
You mentioned war reparations as a legacy issue, and it brought to mind the beginning of our conversation when you talked about Mike San Nicolas as being someone that you talked about differences and coming back together. I'm wondering, with that legacy issue and the legacy issue of the EIC reimbursement,
Right.
The increasing Medicaid funding, and there were a couple of other legacy issues actually that were federally related. And I'm wondering whether you wanted to give or share any credit for the accomplishments in those legacy issues with Mike San Nicolas.
Sure. Undoubtedly, he was in Congress. Where I think that what I regret about that is that there wasn't more cohesion in pursuing the results. Right. We're benefiting from a lot of attention that federal partners are giving us because of the geopolitics. So what you do is you grab that interest and you try and push these issues out, which is what we did. But I think that there could have been more cohesion and
you're talking about between Adelup.
Sure. Unfortunately, it just wasn't the case back then. Right. But who knows in the future. Right. To me, I think that I'm always willing to work with everybody.
Awesome. All right.